Thank you for coming this afternoon, Ms. Wilhoit. I have a little statement I'm giving before each presentation, so I'll give it again. For those of you in the back, I apologize. You can probably say it for me by the end of it. Initially, let me say that I'm joined today by Talia Lomax O'Neill, the Finance Director, and Brian Kelsey, the City's Chief Strategy Officer, as well as Council Lady Taneka Vircher, the Chair of the City's Budget and Finance Committee, as well as Vice Mayor Sherry Weiner. So, as you know from talking to the Finance Department, this is essentially a status quo budget year. Despite the fact that over the last 2 years we've had $120 and $100 million in revenue increases, this year it's more in line with a smaller amount. We don't know exactly how much it's going to be, but it's not going to be in the same region. That's in part just due to the fluctuations in the economy, and I think we had more appeals of reappraisals this year than is typical. So it may result in some slightly smaller amount of property tax revenue. In order for us to stay at the current tax rate, the $3.15.5 for the Urban Services District, we've got to have a status quo budget this year, essentially staying with what we spent in the prior year and providing the same amount of services to the community at that level. So if you could introduce yourself and your staff members and give us a little overview of your department, then I'm sure we'll have some questions.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much,
Sure.
and good morning to you, Mayor Bradley. I am Vivian Wilhoit, Property Assessor of Nashville, Davidson County. Also, good morning to you, Finance Director O'Neill, and to you, Mr. Brian Kelsey, Kinsey, and the other members of the administration, and most importantly, the viewing audience that's watching us today of our constituents. Once again, I'm honored and grateful to be here today to provide you with my second Office of Assessment 2018-2019 budget review and proposal. We continue to be actively inform Davidson County property owners regarding the role of our office, the options that they have as property owners, and that our highly qualified staff stands ready to provide fair, equitable, and transparent valuations. Today, I'm here with my three very hardworking staffers of the 75 full-time hardworking staffers in our office, who I'm very honored to be serving as well, and they meet the responsibilities of identifying, listing, classifying, and appraising all taxable properties. This is Mr. Jimmy Clary, our Deputy Assessor for Residential Properties and Commercial Operations. I'd like to also say happy birthday to him. The day is his birthday. And we also have Attorney Christy Scott, who is our Deputy Assessor of Administration, and we have Mr. Brad Pigg, who is our Deputy Assessor of Information and Technologies. And of course, we also have with us Mrs. Tammy Williams, who's my Executive Assistant, and make sure that I do all the right things as well. Yes, it takes a village. Of the 2017 reappraisal, we want to just share with you some highlights. As you remember, when I entered into office at the time Davidson County was preparing for their reappraisal, I just want to remind you, and of course the viewing audience most importantly, that the reappraisal is designed to reestablish equity. This occurs every 4 years. So the results of the 2017 reappraisal was tremendous. We appraised 247,573 properties, both commercial and residential. The results of the average increase was 37% countywide. There were 9,841 informal reviews that was filed with our office, which was an increase of 49% from 2013 reappraisal. The informal reviews is where the property owner gets the opportunity to come to us and allow us to have a second opportunity to look at their values and make a decision on that. Of course, they also we do these informal reviews before they go to the Metro Board of Equalization, which is an independent board for also an appeal. As far as the increases of appeals to the Metro Board of Equalization, there was 7,179 appeals that was filed with the Metro Board of Equalization, which was an increase of about 45%. It is also notable to mention here that the increases of the reappraisal, as where we are impacted by revenue loss, is from the decisions of both the State Board and the Metro Board, not particularly just the appeals, but from their decisions that they make, which is an independent of our office. Additional results of 2017 was the fact that commercial total assessed values exceeded residential total excess value. And that is pretty good because that now is putting the tax burden on the commercial side where it should be. And of course, we also had resulting in a combined urban service tax rate that went from 4.516 to 3.155 per 100 assessed dollars for the general service district. For the urban service district combined tax rate, it went from 3.924 per $100 of assessed dollars to 2.755. So that was a tremendous reduction. And of course, as a result of commercial development, that has helped us quite a bit. We look forward to the next reappraisal. It's going to occur in 2021. After I'm reelected in 2020. We remain even more committed to serving the people of Davidson County. We do appreciate from the previous administration, 3 of the 4, and the Metro Council members, 3 of the 4 appraiser positions that we received in our last budget. We want you to know that our new hires are well on their way to becoming certified and will greatly assist with the expected increase of parcels of about 260,000 parcels for 2021. Keep that in mind. And we restate our request for an additional appraiser who we would need in order to be able to meet the demands of that reappraisal year of 2021. So we restate that request as well. We also want to share with you our education designations accomplishments as well. We now have 3 appraisers who have received Level 1 State Board of Equalization certification, 1 appraiser that received Level 2, 1 appraiser that has received Level 4, 1 appraisal that has received the Tennessee Masters Assessor State Board of Equalization certification, and 1 that has received the International Association of Assessing Officers certification, which is pretty tremendous. Our technology-wise, we are in our first phase of the computer-assisted mass appraisal, CAMA as you know it, RFP for the new system, and it is completed. As we go through our next phase, we anticipate that it would be implemented for trial run in 2020. For the viewing audience, this is an automated system that maintains our valuation data and other appraisal tools that helps us in arriving at our values. We also want to state of other requests that you have before you in the package that we provided. And they're very small, but very important, is our request in the area of contract, license, and fees and tuition. We also have the tuition costs. We want to point out on the tuition cost side, we feel like we can absorb that within our existing budget. So that's not as important, but of course the small amount for the contract licenses and fees is very, very important. And that concludes my review, and I just want to thank you, all 3 of you, for the opportunity, as well as the viewing audience, for the opportunity to be able to lead Nashville as their property assessor. If you have any questions, I stand ready to answer.
I'd just like for you to elaborate just a little bit on the status of the CAMA RFP, because I know we've had lots of conversations, and
yes, we did.
We gave what we thought was going to be phase 1 because we were unsure about that. Can you just kind of give me a quick update on that?
Sure, absolutely. I'm going to also rely on my Deputy Assessor for Technology, Mr. Brad Pigg, as I introduced the fact that we have completed the first phase. That's where the RFP is released, a request for proposal. It's released to the universe, and we receive back certain RFPs for us to review, and we're in that phase right now, and what have you. Would you like to share more there, Brad?
We've had 5 vendors submit proposals, and we're going through those right now. Then we'll decide how best to move forward, and then we go into phase 2, which is the more detailed portion of the RFP.
That is just a highly utilized system.
Absolutely.
And it was at end of life. Mm-hmm. And it was just critical that we go ahead and get that in the hopper. That was one of the first things that you talked about coming in, is making sure that you had resources available.
Absolutely.
To make sure that that product was still going to be in a good place. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you've got support at least through 2020 when you roll it out with the existing product?
I feel like we do. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because, I mean, we were all kind of walking very cautiously there at first.
Yes, yes. And what also makes that the CAMA system extremely important is that it also is being used by our public in reference for them to research information regarding valuations and look at the comparables that we also use and other valuation tools. So it's very, very important. Absolutely.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Go ahead, Bob.
Workforce. I noticed in some of the supplemental information, you've got the demands on each one of your appraisers per parcel.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about, what you've learned this time going through the reappraisal process and how you might apply some of those lessons over the next couple of years, and maybe provide some more detail for, what you've or elaborate a little bit on what you've got here in the chart?
Well, with the growing demand, that's a very good question. With the growing demands that we have, or the growing number of parcels that are being developed, but subdivided as well, of course, we look to the fact that we put a certain amount of workload on each one of our deputy appraisers. The Tennessee Code annotated, and I can't call the exact number right now. I'll be glad to get that to you. I did provide it in our last reappraisal budget, in our last budget. The Tennessee Code annotated suggests, which I believe that if it suggested and codifies it, then it must be very, very important, that you want to have one deputy assessor per 4,500 parcels. By the time we get to 2021, that we would not be there as having the number of deputy assessors in place. While some may say it's subjective and it's just a suggestion, we are of the opinion that as we increase our workload and more parcels coming online, and I think the number now going from the number that we appraise has already increased by 3,000 parcels, we're going to be well on our way exceeding what is going to be a workload for us. Also, in reference to the information there that we did not provide, and definitely I think is something that we learned as a best practice that I brought with me from the state of Tennessee, and that is providing information to the consumers. In previous administrations, I understand that doing the reappraisals, there were always about maybe 15 to 20 outreach opportunities that were done in reference to the reappraisal. I'm pleased to say that we did well over 100. We met people where they were. We wanted to let them know that we own what we do. Yes, it is valuation. Yes, it is tough. And it may sound really, heartening to hear that your value has increased a tremendous amount. But when they find out that their taxes has actually reduced as a result of the certified tax rate being reduced, people are a little bit happier. We tell them, take it to the bank. So when you think about that, we've learned that communicating directly with the constituents, helping them to understand how this process works, being the fact that we own what we do, and we don't mind sharing with them what we do and sharing the information that we use in order to arrive at the valuation, giving them the information that we have. We said, see it for yourself. And by doing so, people begin to better understand how this works and feel a whole lot better about their values when they see them. So that's something we definitely want. We learn, and we'll continue to do those outreaches, and we have already started. We've done probably about 10 to date, and I did one this morning over at the Waffle House.
So you said the number of, I remember one number, the number of informal appeals was up 49%. Is that right?
Informal appeals were a little bit higher. They were up 49%, right. Almost was 50.
And so is there a sense of why they were up?
Well, when you see your value come in, then you begin to think, wow, my taxes are going to increase. And we think that the informal review increase as a result of our outreach, people knowing that they have the option to appeal. Like, for instance, we're finding that there are some people who are not familiar that this year, or they can appeal every year regarding their valuation. It's not just in the reappraisal year, it's every year. And there's a deadline for that. So they take advantage of the informal process first, and that's where they can pull their own data from our information or why they believe their property should be adjusted downward. And would you believe we've had people call us and want their property values adjusted upward, But the point is, we give the information to the people to be able to be empowered to understand what are their options. So we do believe that our outreach played a large role in it, as well as seeing those values themselves. Would you like to add anything more to that?
That's correct. And also the Metro Board appeals, okay, is one of our big concerns. There was a lot of Metro Board appeals that we normally don't have that were, and big reductions were given during that process.
Okay. Yeah. And I think you said 9,000. How many informal appeals were there?
We received 9,841 informal reviews. So we call
Informal
them reviews.
reviews, okay.
Informal reviews. They become appeals when they go formally to the Metro Board of Equalization or be heard by one of their independent hearing officers.
Right, and the decision on whether or not to grant an informal review, that's just a staff decision. That's, y'all make that internally without going to the independent body. Is that right?
No, they get it. They get their appeal. When they ask for an appeal, we give it to them. It's the decision that's made by the independent board or the hearing officer on behalf of the independent board that impacts the bottom line. It's the
So
decision
even on the
made.
informal reviews, they have to go in front of the, that's not just made by the staff?
No, the informal reviews, they do not. The informal reviews, our staff takes a second look at the values and give them another valuation or not give them another valuation.
That's correct.
So that's just a staff decision,
That's
the
just
informal review
and
part.
it is a statute during reappraisal. You have to allow an informal review.
Right.
Okay, if the public so desires for the property owner.
Right.
And what that does, Mayor, is that it also possibly reduces any additional reviews or appeals
Right.
to go further.
Seems like
You may be able to do something there, yes.
Seems like a reasonable approach.
Yes.
And as you looked through the informal reviews, did you see anything systematic that you said, oh, well, this is something we missed across the board, or is it just sort of a one-off kind of thing where it's like, oh, I see why we're adjusting this particular property?
We did not see anything that we missed across the board. We looked at each review differently, and we take in information from the property owner. For instance, by law, we are not required to go in the person's home. So if someone comes to us and say, my roof is leaking, my foundation is cracked, I have a burned kitchen that I have not had a chance to repair, is at that point we would send one of our appraisers out to take a look at it, and then we would adjust appropriately.
I guess, I mean, I know that over the past decade or so, I would say that technology has played a bigger and bigger role in the ability to assess. That's why there are more assessments per employee than there were maybe 10 years ago. And so I guess what I'm getting at is there anything built into that algorithm or that system that popped up as a red flag for going forward?
No, sir, we didn't. I mean, really, we didn't have an area, and I think what we're trying to look for, was there an area that had an issue? It wasn't. Of course, commercial properties, we've all tested, commercial properties went up, 70%, all right, especially in the downtown area. So you're going to get an increase in appeals simply because of the increase in the assessment. I mean, that's just the way it's always worked.
And, to add to that, Mayor, consider the fact that when you talk about technology has impacted that, of course. You have emails. You have all of the increased outreach that we've done. You have Twitter. We continue to remind people, you have this option. Exercise it if you feel so to choose to do that. And we want people to take not take advantage, but we want people to take the opportunity so they can feel more confident in what we do. We're not hiding from it. We own it. And so we want people to know these options are available to you. Use them. They're yours.
The assistance programs, property tax freeze, have you noticed any discernible changes and trends there? I mean, with your focus on outreach,
Well,
have you been able to cultivate some additional demand for those kinds of programs if people are eligible for them?
Well, we are an office. While it is those programs, property tax relief, freeze, and deferral are three programs that are established by the state of Tennessee legislators and is administered by Mr. Charlie Cardwell's office as far as getting a person qualified. But we are an office that believe that it's everyone's job to educate a person about, or the public about those programs. We made that a part of our outreach. We did it in every way that we could. We met people where they were in HOAs, where they were in church meetings, where they were at the senior citizen facility. whether they were in the grocery store. And then we also use other tools like expanding to other groups to also talk about those programs. And I think that Mr. Charlie Caldwell is going to tell you that they've had the biggest attention to it in 2017 than ever before. The lines were outside the door, and we can say that because we witnessed it and we didn't have a problem assisting Mr. Caldwell, who's doing an excellent job, and also providing the information on those programs. But we played a large role as well, along with other groups as NOAA, bringing them in, talking to them about our function versus Charlie Caldwell's function versus the assessment function, but to know that we are here to help them understand how those programs work.
Thank you very much for coming in. We greatly appreciate it.
It's our
Appreciate
pleasure.
your hard work.
Thank you.
And I know taxes are always controversial, but
We're not taxes, we're property assessors.
well, I had to give you a chance to say that, Ms. Wilhoit.
You're the tax assessor.
No, that's the Metro Council.
You provide and they confirm.
There's no tax except for that tax passed by the Metro Council.
Thank you so much. We appreciate
you.
you all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.